Hi Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing great today. This is going to be a reading for the week of January 6th to January 12th for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Honestly, guys, I kind of feel like this is a reading for the collective, but we have so much going on this week. And to be honest with you, I'm not even going to be peppering in the astrology. I am front loading it front and center with 4 very, very important things that are happening this week. If you guys really don't want to hear the astrology, I highly recommend you listen to it. Just fast forward to when you see me pulling the cards. But let's get right into this. On January 8th, we have Jupiter conjunct the south node of Capricorn. Guys, the south node is all about karma. And this is really good. And just for those of you who aren't really clear on the whole nodal energies and north node, south node, and all of this, think about the south node as, what's stagnant in your life, that's past the expiration date. Whereas the north node is what we need to develop to achieve an inner balance and an inner fulfillment. So this is really where the energies this week are going to be meeting up with our karmic past, where we'll be pushed to look at our past, the past year. What's coming forward with you? What are you detaching from? What have you been where have you been blocking your own victories and in relationships and business? Where have you been holding yourself back in any area? So Jupiter is here, though, to help you tap into your wisdom to figure out what needs to be implemented, which is nurturing that north node to grow with you, right? Because there's this movement from the south to the north, so there's this growth, and it's really good. This is really good, okay? So that's happening on the 8th. And on the 10th, at around 2:20 p.m., 2:21, we have the full moon lunar eclipse happening at 20 degrees Cancer, okay? Now, we have this one now, and then we're going to have the next one in the summer. So I want you to think about this eclipse and the next eclipse as it being this sort of 6-month window of workspace. 6 months of space to work on and work out things that we need to either focus on, let go of, or transform. Something needs to end or be transformed in order for us to move forward. And the thing is, the moon is at home in Cancer, so this is a very intense energy. So what needs nurturing and cultivating in your life? You really need to ask and answer that question. And the thing to know is that as you're ending, transforming, or focusing, something new is beginning to sneak in your back door. And it may or may not be completely clear to you right away, but it will, okay? Because we're going to have other energies supporting us in this way. And now on the 11th, the third thing I wanted to talk about is we have Uranus going direct, and that is like boom, movement, shaker, surprise energy, right? Been in retrograde since the end of the summer, since August, and this is the energy that's going to get you out of that rut. In any area of your life that you've been feeling like you're in a rut or stagnant, or you just feeling really unclear, right? This illuminates where you've been feeling that stuckness. And he's in Taurus. So this is about helping us to see what needs adjusting or changing in our physical 3D world. So there are structures in your life that just won't work anymore. As in structures in an area in your life that are just, they need movement. What needs adjusting? And it's time to tear down those structures in that area and innovate or update or change whatever needs to be done there, okay, depending on the situation. And as you do this, Uranus is going to bring you this new, it's like this new pentacle energy, guys, right? Because I'm going to work it, let's look at it from the perspective of tarot, since most of you guys are tarot people. This can be resources. This can be people who are going to open up new areas of resources, introduce you to things, people for new emotional, mental and physical connections, just to really help you here. So positive, okay? And now, the last thing I want to talk about, hello, wow, big energy, Saturn, Pluto, conjunct, guys, no joke. Those of you who've been listening to me, I've been peppering in and mentioning this 34-year cycle. Well, this is where it begins to seriously be implemented. This is just, I mean, this is a big energy. And the heels of Jupiter, the South Node conjunct, the eclipse energy, Uranus going direct. This is life-changing. It truly, truly is. And this is the 34-year cycle. This is where the transition begins, okay, that I've been talking about. So, and Pluto's all about, the dying off of something, transforming what needs to change in order to live in a different way. And Saturn, who matures us, right? And you guys love Saturn. Saturn rules you. This is going to be about, helping to create this new foundation, right, for the next 34 years of your life, right? And for some of us, this change can feel like a loss, or like what the hell is going on kind of vibe, right? And or many of us are going to be feeling it like really big obvious gifts initially. So it does really definitely depend on what else is in your chart, but there's going to be a change here. So you really need to be asking yourself, what did Jupiter help you see that does work in your life as well? So we're talking about a lot of loss here, but let's also pay attention to what's good, because there is good. Like Capricorn, what's good in your life? What relationships are working? What relationships do you want to deepen? What should stay? Because Uranus is going to be here to help that area of your life become more solid. Maybe you started a new job, you started a new relationship, there's something new. You're turning the page with your kids in a new way. There's some sort of hobby you started. It's going to be different for all of us. But guys, what's really important, there are going to be global shifts on many levels. And a lot of people are going to be talking about this on YouTube and, everywhere, right? People, and primarily astrologers, are going to be talking about this. But this is what I want you guys to understand. We're going to be leaving a 34-year cycle of pentacle energy. And we're entering this 34-year cycle of air. So this is where a lot of the people who are going to be making the changes are like, people born in like the 80s into the 90s. This is where their genius is really going to be turning that page for us, having to do with technology and communication and the way we connect, not only in a global space, but also, and not only even to each other, but to ourselves. And we're all going to be just doing this massive update within ourselves if we're lucky and if we want to do the work. If you don't want to do the work and you don't want to engage in the energies, then you are going to be feeling this sense of nothing ever goes right for me. I have no control of my life. And it's not that you want to do that to yourself, Capricorn. I mean, really, cut yourself a break, in that way. But it does incite, if we don't get really honest with the amount of power that we do have in our life to make the changes, even if it's just getting the movement started now. You have to start. If you're really unhappy in a certain area of your life and you know it, it's time to change that. And there's no such thing as, I can't. If you're in a situation where you're financially dependent on somebody, this is life pushing you to look at that and figure out a way of making that change for yourself, even if it's starting now and really pushing the movement forward. There's no such thing as not being able to pull yourself out of an unhealthy relationship. There's just not. Now, that's not to say it can be done right away. That's not even to say that it can be done over the next 6 months, but the planning can start now, right now, today. And for many of you, I know you've already begun that transition, but you have to start the ball rolling at some point, okay? Really, to be able to live a peaceful, fulfilled existence. It's your choice. You're an energetic human being. If you don't feel up to the task, I just want you to know the energies are going to be pushing forward anyway, right? So really feel encouraged by this. Feel empowered by it. It's all really, really good. And honestly, Capricorn, you guys have so much support during this energy. And there are a couple of signs who are going to have it pretty good during this transition as well. Taurus are going to have it pretty good. So's Pisces. So, you guys are really going to be so supportive in such a good way. Yeah. So guys, that is that portion. We spent about 10 minutes on that, but now let's get crack-a-lacking into the energies for this week. You notice I have this deck cut into two because they're so big. The Good Tarot is so big. The best way for me to shuffle these, and we're going to get right into a crowning energy for the week of the 6th to the 12th. Let's see what your crowning is. Let's see what blessings coming in, what gift, and what challenge. And then we'll put clarifiers on that. And we'll pull some love at the end, okay? For this week. We'll see what's happening. Okay. Okay, yeah. It's all about Capricorn. You guys are the star. Are the star this year. Okay, you're crowning. High Priestess, nice. Intuition. Sometimes when things don't make sense in the physical 3D world, we just know a little deeper and better. Right, Capricorn? That's it. Right? We just know. I mean, sometimes you just know. You just know. What do I want to use? You know what? Let me pull. I didn't pull your gift. Silly, silly me. Okay. Ooh, 7 of water. Okay. 7 of cups. And the challenge. Fortune's wheel. Synchronicities. Synchronicities are really going to be confusing the hell out of you this week. Okay. Huh. Capricorn. I don't know. All right. Well, we'll talk about that when we get there. Talk about that when we get there. 7 of water. It's the 7 of cups. So listen, it's like you just don't know all the information right now. That's what it is. This is a gift. It's a gift for you. This is a very Neptunian vibe to me. It's very dreamy. It's very illusory. It's very, you know, just sort of like a Pisces vibe to me, you know, it just really is. It's about, I always say with the 7 of cups, those of you who watch me know my spiel, you know what's in 5 of the cups, you don't know what's in 2, and you know, this is where you don't know everything, but this is a blessing. So let's see what comes out of this. Okay. So we're going to be pulling, this is past, present, okay, present, okay, challenge, and the outcome for this particular situation. Wow, we have some heavy hitters here. We have some heavy hitters here. Yeah, why don't we talk about this first and then we'll go into the challenge. I don't want the energy to mess with me here just because these are so powerful. So 10 of Pentacles energy is being in a headspace at least of being very in touch with what you want as far as your money goes, as far as mental, physical, and emotional connection. So I'm going to, as always, right, this is a general reading. I will connect it to career, to intimate relationships, friends, and family. So this can be you being in a space, being in a relationship with somebody in your past that is, or let's talk about as a person where you felt very connected to that person. Where, you know, everything was on point. You know, money was good. You guys had really, you thought you guys had pretty good communication. You had a pretty good social life. You were happy with the intimate connection. You know, having what you need. This is the arrival card. Like, yeah, you know what? This is my person. So for those of you who are here with relationship on your heart, I feel like you were in the past with a person who you felt like, yeah, they were your person. You know, same way, same thing. Same vibe if it has to do with a job, but you were in a job, you were at least on the trajectory of a career. Well, you felt like, yeah, you know, this is where I belong. It's bringing me the money I need. I feel pretty well connected. You know, it's pretty much, it's on point. Same thing with having to do with a family connection. Thinking things are pretty copacetic within the family. You know, things are pretty copacetic within your friend circle, and just feeling good about, you know, whatever it is that's on your heart right now. Like you're sitting there going, you know, I thought it was another way in the past. I thought it was another way. But right now in the present, there has been an updating to this. And I'm going to say an updating. I'm going to say transformation. I'm going to say that something is not the same as it was. Okay? So something had to fall apart. This is not comfortable. is in the reverse. The Tower does mean just a lot of pain and feeling betrayed and feeling hurt, angry, you know, fill in the blank kind of with that. But the Tower energy does indicate that something needed to change for your highest good. This is not bad, guys. Don't look at the Tower as bad. And as I always say, depending on the energy that you're working with and depending on what this is in relation to, if it was a job, it was not meant for you. It just wasn't. If this is a family member, a family situation, this is a call to love somebody from afar. Love them from a distance, for now anyway. Because something needs to be updated in that dynamic. Same thing with a friend. If this has to do with an intimate relationship, how it was going was not good for you. It was overall toxic at the end of the day. And not serving your highest good doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It doesn't even mean that you weren't the one who ended it. This could have been you who ended it. But this is where you guys are at right now. There's recognition of something needing to change. So it doesn't necessarily, though, mean a total dropping off from your life. It's very important that you understand this. This means the ending of something as it was in its totality, because it needs to be transformed or reconsidered from the way that it's been, so that it can better serve you in your life. But the challenge here is the end of this cycle. I love the Death card. Love it. I do. I mean, because this is, and I think I mentioned this in one of my last readings, where to me this is the card of ebb and flow. Because you see the Pope, you see the luminary there. Something, and it looks scary because it's got the skeleton on the horse. It's kind of ominous looking, right? But really, this is exactly what I was talking about, guys, where something's ending, but at the same time, something new is coming in your back door. But it's like you don't see it right now, or if you see it, you just don't want the change in its entirety. You know, and I feel that. And you know what? That's okay. Forgive yourself. Change is hard. Even when it's evolving us into a better place, into a healthier place. I mean, if nothing else, healthier, right? Where we're going to be meeting new people and we're going to be having these new experiences and we're going to be leveling up. But it's so hard when we don't see everything. But this is the thing. The gift here is everything that you don't see. It's what's in those 2 cups. That's where the blessings are. You follow, guys? So, like, yeah, you know what's in the 5 cups. This is in the 5 cups. It's what's in those 2 cups that you don't see. That's the blessing. That's where the gifts live. That's where the gifts live. Now, the star energy is about healing. And in the reverse, this is a struggle to heal. It's a struggle. It's a struggle to heal. Yes. Powerful energies this week. Powerful energies. Powerful energies in the sky and in the cards, Capricorn, for you. This is not negative. This is positive. This is necessary. This is necessary. I had somebody make a comment the other day. I have to turn the video off whenever I see a tower, the tower moment, because towers are always difficult. Good, they should be difficult, because as energetic human beings, when we're comfortable, we don't change, we don't move, and the change is happening. See what we can get. Any other energies that we need to know about each of these? Let's go. So in the recent past, 10 of Wands, turn in the back. Turn in the back and looking forward. Turning the back and looking forward. All right, this is going to speak to somebody here. In the present, the tower is happening, but there's truth coming out. There's truth being recognized. There's truth being revealed. This is more positive in the reverse than in the upright. Now, this can have to do with a third-party situation where you're finding out the whole thing, or at least you're finding out that so let me give the different scenarios. You could be finding out that your partner's been entertaining somebody else in a way that they shouldn't be. This could be you realizing that, having to do with the partnership, that you're realizing that you are actually no longer emotionally invested in the way that you once were, and you're having feelings for somebody else, or at least that you really feel like this needs to change and you need to end things. This could be from your end. This and you know, but there's still pain there, you know, even because when we're in relationships for a long time and we're very emotionally invested in something, even the person who ends it experiences pain unless they're a narcissist and they're not capable, you know, or unless they have borderline and they feel very validated. It's, you know what I mean? Like a health, I'm talking about a healthy heart. Now, if this has to do with a job, this can indicate betrayal of some kind, right? Where there was that ending, where, you know, you were like overtly looked over for a position, your business partner completely backstabbed you. This can definitely have to do, even within relationships, have to do with an irresponsible handling of money that ends up really impacting the way you guys do life. This can have to do with just getting stabbed in the back by your partner or a friend, family member, whatever it is, having to do with you find out that this person is not at all who you thought they were. And they're talking bad about you behind your back, and they're just, they're acting in all kinds of ways where you're like, did I ever even know this person? But it's painful. And this has had to do with the ending of something. Yeah. Absolutely. But I like, actually, what I like about this Ten of Pentacles and you deciding that you need to move forward in a way, I do like this because this is you actually getting in touch with really what's not working for you and you moving forward, leading to this Tower thing. The challenge, of course, okay, we talked about the Death already. The Emperor reverse, this is the card of the narcissist, or at least narcissistic tendencies, where you're dealing with a person or a situation that was highly disrespectful of you. And you can apply that across the board. If this is a friend, if this is a family member, if this is an intimate partner, really, I mean, them just not considering you and your highest good, like you were just not in consideration of something. This could have to do with a boss taking you for granted and just being so dismissive of the fact that you're a person with a beating heart, with feelings and emotions and intentions. And, you know, something happened here that was, you just did not deserve it. And this is the challenge, is you dealing with that energy. The outcome, we have the Hangman reverse. You are having a hard time because you're reflecting on the past. And you're looking at this situation through rose-colored glasses, trying to figure out if there's a way that things could have gone differently. But hopefully you are coming into a space of realizing that if you were to stay in that situation, you would have ended up more of a victim than anything else of circumstance. And that, no, you're not doing it. You're not doing it. Stop trying to make it seem anything more than it was. Because you have those 2 cups with the 7 of cups. 7 of water is your gift. You have the 2 cups of water that want to come out. I like it. Bottom of the deck energies. 10 of cups. Sorry, 9 of cups. I can't count. 9 of cups. I like it. I'm putting that there. Yeah. One more for this outcome. One more for the outcome. We don't need any more on the other stuff. We get the idea. Okay. So 2 of Pentacles reverse. There's a lot of resistance here, Capricorn. Don't resist it. You have to go through the resistance. Yes, you're going to have to sense how unsupportive you feel in this connection. You don't have the support that you need. Yes, very good. You're recognizing it's going to be very hard for you as you're processing something. Now, this energy, you could have certainly come into this week with this energy. You know, energy doesn't understand the difference between Sunday and Monday. It just can't. And this could also be reversed, guys, right? Having to do with somebody very close in your energy field. But this is you recognizing that there's just no way that this person is going to be supportive of you. And I like the synchronicity here because it's you going from the 2 of Pentacles to the 4. You're popping up and you're saying, you know what, in reverse. I'm not getting what I need here. Not getting what I need here. I'm just not. You being presented with two paths, two ideas, two situations. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay in this job? Should I go into another job? Or should I stay? Should I quit? Kind of thing. You being in this space of really recognizing this tower moment and you saying to yourself, okay, you know what? I have a decision to make. Am I going to allow this and hold on to this? Hold on to this energy that's clearly past its expiration date? Am I going to stay in this energy or am I going to move forward? You know, because I'm not getting what I need here. That's what the Four of Pentacles is. And it's you protecting yourself, recognizing that you're in self-protection mode. That's what this is. This is being greedy with your pentacle energy. Greedy with your pentacle energy. Damn straight. And you need to be right now. Because this is about holding close how you do connection, how you support people, how you communicate, how you share yourself, what you offer to people. I'm like hugging my chest as I'm saying this. And then we have the Empress energy, which is all about growth and expansion. Yes, this is what's in those 5 cups. In those 2 cups, not the other 5. So I'm feeling, Capricorn, very strong, that those other 2 cups, you have a 9 of cup energy, which is about wish fulfillment, and then you have the Empress energy, which is about growth and expansion. Let those 5 cups go. Let the tower happen. It's going to happen. Yep. Okay, now we're going to go into the challenge. Now, as I say, the gift here, this situation, does not have to have anything to do with the challenge. It can, it doesn't have to. Okay? Can, it doesn't have to. You apply the messages as you see best for your life and what makes most sense for where you are. Okay. Fortune's Wheel. Fortune's Wheel is all about fate, synchronicity, destiny, things coming in. Things coming in and you're like, what the what? Wait a minute. And you're like, oh, I don't know. Should I trust this? Should I trust it? And that's going to be your challenge. 10 of Swords. This is your challenge. End of cycle. Oh, yeah, all right. Oh, you just don't know what to trust. Oh, listen. What's going on here? There's an end of a cycle. All right, let me read this first as relationship, okay? So, Capricorn, for many of you, this is the challenge here. Now, this tower could have happened at work. The challenge could be your relationship. Again, apply it however you see fit. But there's definitely the end of a cycle in a relationship. 10 of Swords energy, it's a minor arcana, but it does indicate that one sword at a time over time has been put in your back. And this is the end of a cycle. Everything that's been true up to this point in this connection needs to end. Needs to end. Because as it is, like up to now, there's not going to be any growth. The Empress reverse is just this resistance to moving forward in something. Now, this could be you. This could be somebody you're with, or this can just be so obvious where it's like, look, growth is just not going to happen here. We're not going to be able to work this out, kind of thing, right? You guys just being very much in this space of just not being able to work it out. Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. Then you guys are going to have a very big argument here. There's an argument here as a result of the cycle. The cycle ends, right? You guys are just like, nope, no more. Something happens it's a game changer, and there ends up being an argument about what's true, what's not, what's real, what's not. And the 5 of Swords energy is, you know, it's a nasty energy in that it's a nasty kind of arguing, right? But at the same time, it's very air clearing, right? Swords are air. They're words. They're messages coming in. 5 is conflict. So it's like through this arguing, there's air. Air is cleared. Now, for many of you, the Lovers. figuring out the conflict, figuring out what needs to change, what needs to be transformed, what needs to be paid attention to, what needs changing, what needs to die off in the relationship so that it can be born again in another way. Okay, so that's for those of you in relationship. I feel like for those of you who are in relationship and you guys are in a space of working it out, there are too many Capricorns across the globe to be able to get everybody. So that's definitely for you guys. For others of you, there's going to be a definitive end of something that needs to be done because there is no growth. There's no growth. And there's going to be this conflict, but this conflict can be an inner conflict inside of yourself. But once you establish that this needs to be let go of, you're going to be meeting somebody new. But regardless, those of you who are open to love and in a space of relationship, you guys are absolutely going to be figuring things out, whether it's with a new person or whether it's the person that you're going to be with. But it's going to be a challenge. And this is where I feel like the Wheel of Fortune, the fortune wheel comes in, is having to do with this Five of Swords energy. This is something very synchronicitous. Can I say that word? Synchronicity is going to be going down here, where something's going to show itself that's going to incite the ending of this cycle if it didn't happen already. But so the synchronicity can step in, having to do with something being revealed to end the cycle, or something synchronicitous where you guys end up back in communication and you end up hashing it out for this air clearing ceremony, let's call it. Okay, now if this has to do with a job, because remember, the Lovers doesn't only go for intimate relationships, this also goes for anyone where we have a shared intention with. So this can be a family member, a friend, a business partner, a coworker, even a boss, right? Depending on, what it is that we're in. But there's definitely the ending of a cycle, because the way it was working was not going to be able to move forward in a healthy way. And you guys have this clearing of the air and you guys really figure it out. But all of this is driven by divine synchronicity here, but with the fortune wheel. And why it is your challenge here is because it's not going to be easy. You're going to be pushed to look at things and face things that are not comfortable, but I do think that the outcome is positive. So that's what we have for you guys there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I kind of don't even feel like I need to pull a relationship read. I just don't, but I will. Whatever. Let's see if we can't maybe get some, and then we'll pull a card of advice for you guys. Sacred union. Okay, so for those of you who are open to relationship, honor and treasure your relationship, for it's truly sacred. Yeah, I mean, this is to me, that makes a lot of sense for those of you who are really being pushed to focus on the areas in your relationship that need fixing. Really need fixing. But don't think that you guys are going to have the conversation, everything's going to be fixed overnight. Again, guys, remember that 6-month sort of working on it cycle. You have to give it some time. New cycles don't start right away, and it's really so difficult to not be pulled back into the old cycle. And when you're trying to move forward, it's such a challenge. But let's see what we get here. I like you. I like it. All right, so here we have I like you. Someone romance is blooming. Keys on a ring. Many options. Yeah. So I have a feeling this has to do with that Five of Swords energy. I mean, this is just about yeah, I mean, you want to stop the pattern here. The Axe is about stopping the pattern. So in order for this to be able to evolve, there has to be a stopping of a pattern. There's got to be recognition. There's got to be, and the Keys on a ring is about having many options, right? Yeah. Yeah, but it's about decision. It's about decision as well. Keys on a ring is also about decision. unconventional way of looking at things compared to how you guys have been doing things up to this point. You know, either you or your partner may have had other options available to them, or were entertaining other options, even if only mentally. And there's a reason for that, right? It's because you felt that a part of the relationship was sick, that it wasn't okay, right? That there was like an illness within the relationship, you know, for lack of a better term, and that you know, you were maybe entertaining another option, or they were, again, even if only mentally, emotionally, right? Now, for some of you, this is going to be, there's an outside party that's interested in your partner, and it becomes a serious issue, okay? For some of you, you're going to be resonating with it in that way. For others of you, you guys were actually broken up, and I mean, there was just a huge conflict here where there was actually like no communication, but you guys are going to be having that conversation, that air clearing conversation. And then we have the keys in the ring again, many options. But you know what, guys, I always say, energetic beings, we have the power to engage or not engage. If you think that this relationship really at the end of the day is not the best for you, don't engage. Don't engage, right? That's where I say these are general messages, right? General messages. Right? Personal readings do offer, you know, more specific, looking at the natal chart and all of that, but, you know, the general messages, so that was definitely for somebody. So let's just get a closing word of some advice for you. Get some advice for Capricorn. Take off your masks. Right? Pluralizes it here. Beautiful card. So the advice here, let's see if we can figure this out, is to stop trying to appear different to who you really are. It's time to take off your mask and be the real you, Capricorn. You can't get the love and attention that you're craving by pretending to be somebody you're not. Okay? And a lot of times this is done so unintentionally and as a way of protecting self, right? But what are you so scared of? Like, why are you so frightened to be honest with yourself and others? Like, do you feel that you'll lose friends and an opportunity by showing others your imperfections or your fears or your vulnerabilities? You know, Capricorns do have a hard time. The archetype, I'm not saying you're all like this because it depends what else is in your chart, but generally speaking, the archetype has a hard time being vulnerable, showing vulnerability. So, you know, ask yourself, are you constantly doing things to please others, even if doing this does not end up working out for you? So this energy indicates that you need time to get to know yourself and what's important in your life, for sure. You'll know, right, that you're evolving when other people's judgments and opinions have absolutely no impact on you. You just seriously, like, I mean, in your soul, don't care. You know, because a lot of people like, I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks. I do me, But, you know, at the end of the day, we are humans, and we do feel, right? And we care. Generally speaking, what people care about, think whatever, you know, even the strongest constitution. Absolutely, but it's to what degree? And it's about putting it all into perspective. Like, who is this person in my life really? Like, we're going to care more what our kids think of us than somebody at work, right? So again, you have to put it in perspective, of course, you know. But really, I mean, this is Capricorn. I'm feeling like if you have an incredible talent, really believe in yourself. You know, don't hide your greatness because others might feel, you know, jealous or envious or resentful of you. Just remember, listen, Capricorn, you guys are the workers of the zodiac, right? Every great leader had people who loved them and believed in them, as well as those who doubted and disliked them. Not everybody's going to like all of us. It's just the way it is. And the advice here is to just be okay with that. Like, seriously, in your belly, be okay with it. Really be okay with it. Yeah, that is what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope this was helpful in some way. I will see you guys next week. This is a big week, guys. Stay open, stay grounded. All the best to you. See you next time. Bye-bye.